Excuse me, could you point me in the direction of ScreamCity? Never mind, I think I found it.
Hello, horror freaks. Welcome back to... I feel like you can't hear me. Welcome back to ScreamCity. We are in the season 4 finale. I'm your host, Monica.
And I'm Jess. And today...
we're going to be sign language.
We're going to be sign languaging.
Sign languaging?
We'll be signing.
Signing.
We will be discussing the 20... Oh, we're ScreamCity, by the way. I don't think Monica...
I did say that. I did say that.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay, well, I didn't hear you. Anyway.
Okay.
Today we won't be screaming. We'll be entering...
We're going to be quiet.
We'll be entering Quiet Town. Anyway, in today's episode of Quiet Town, we will be discussing the 2018 film A Quiet Place.
And because we're discussing A Quiet Place, believe it or not, it was very difficult to find sound bites for this movie. So, spoiler, there will be none.
There will be none.
Other than... except for that. Butter. No, thank you.
What's that like to live deliciously?
Okay, before we jump into a very quiet movie, do you have any jump scares?
Oh my God, where do I start?
Okay, love.
Where do I start?
Start with the first one.
I don't even know which one the first one is. It's finals week.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty scary.
It's finals
School.
week.
Mm-hmm.
I have an assignment due tonight. I have an assignment due tomorrow. I have an assignment due Friday night.
That is way too much. Did you ask them to cut it back?
Saturday night, and I have an assignment due Tuesday.
Okay,
next week.
But did you ask if they can cut that back?
No, because that is the cutback.
They were like, we were gonna have you do 3 each day.
But anyway,
love.
Finals week. I'm sad. This is my last spring semester ever.
That is sad.
So
that's all right. It's a bittersweet moment.
It's a bit too sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like I had more.
Well, mine.
Oh.
Yeah,
no, go ahead. I
you don't have any
better,
other ones?
It's better I don't remember. So.
Okay, love.
Yeah.
Let's see what has happened in the past week. I feel like a lot, but not a lot. I was talking to the crew before we started talking. Not really any like jump scares or anything. It's more so just catching up on cinematic masterpieces.
Yeah.
Watched and catched up on some movies, and I'm enjoying it a lot. But that's really the only thing that's been happening so far. Nothing scary.
Nothing spooky, scary,
Nothing
skeletons
scary,
and
spooky,
shivers down your spine.
We are halfway to Halloween.
We are.
And we are so excited. We cannot be looking forward to fall any more than we are right now. So
I stepped outside yesterday for
jump scare.
2 hours.
And
I came back toastier than I usually
toastier.
am. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Yeah. We are going on vacation in 2 weeks. We're excited. Well, 2 different times, but essentially to the same place.
And then eventually to the same place. Which I would consider that a vacation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excited.
Anyway.
Okay.
Finally getting into this movie.
Get into it.
Get
into it, girl.
Get into it. If you haven't had a chance to watch this movie, just know... I don't think we say this often.
I know, and if we don't, we're sorry.
We do apologize, but there will be spoilers in this movie.
Just saying.
Don't say that we didn't warn you, because we did.
Yeah. Next time we're gonna have a sign.
It's your fault.
And we're not even gonna mention it anymore. You're just gonna have to read the sign.
It's your fault. Think about those with.
Oh, you're so
disabilities.
Right. Okay, fine.
Okay,
you're so right. You're so right. I'm sorry.
I said visibilities. I meant
visibilities.
I meant disabilities.
Wow.
My bad, y'all. I'm not thinking. It's
talking about your
finals
sister?
Week. Yes. Anyway, but to give a quick synopsis of The Quiet Place 2018.
Go ahead.
A family struggles for survival in a world where most humans have been killed by blind but noise-sensitive creatures, aka Adri. They are forced. I'm just kidding, Adri.
She's not kidding. Go ahead. Finish that lesson.
They are forced to communicate in sign language to keep the creatures at bay.
I feel like the struggle of learning a new language would be, it's like super difficult right now. But best believe, post-apocalyptic world, I am completely forced to. I am learning sign language in 2 days.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, with the synopsis being out of the way, Jessica,
That's me.
please enlighten me with your 3 for this movie. Your first impression, your fave scene, and your fave kill.
I can't.
You can.
I
And you
can't.
will.
Well, I can't with the first one because I don't remember.
Oh, who does? Actually,
You.
I do.
I know you
I'm
do.
excited. Okay, go.
I
don't remember, though.
the first scene or the first watch. Adri said that it was in the theaters, which I don't doubt for a second. I was conscious when this came out, of course, because I was a senior in high school, long time ago. I'm just kidding, but anyway, yeah, no, I remember watching it. I thought it was absolutely horrifying and terrifying. I loved the acting, and I thought seeing Emily Blunt and John Krasinski play a couple together in a fictional world was so adorable.
So cute.
I thought
Slays.
I thought the ending was depressing.
Oh, extremely.
Which we'll get into that. We'll dive deeper into that after this. But overall impression, first time watching it, I really enjoyed it. I think it's
I did too.
Well, it's a really good movie. And I really enjoyed it.
I love it.
My favorite scene, yes, the iconic birth scene is iconic and insane. And there we go.
And on a poster.
And on the poster. But as much as I enjoy that scene and a whole bunch of others, which I have a lot of scenes that I want to discuss.
Correct.
I think my favorite is when Lee takes Marcus to the waterfall, and Lee starts talking, and Marcus is like no,
please,
like,
please,
hello,
no.
I read a comment on YouTube and I thought it was so like, but and we know it's not true, but I read a comment that said when Lee takes Marcus to the waterfall and Lee starts to talk, Marcus looks at him as if he's never heard his dad's voice before, which we know he has. But imagine like not actually hearing,
like not being able to hear your
family's
dad's
voice or whoever's voice.
Yep.
Like in real.
Honestly,
time,
it probably
you know what I mean?
wasn't his first time like ever, but it probably was the first time in a long time. That he was like, "Daddy, I forgot what you sounded like."
Yeah, 100%. I'd be scared. I'm like, who is this man?
Who is this man?
Yeah, but we know he has heard it before because of the second.
Yeah.
They were,
No, that is a really cute scene, and that's a really good scene. I love it.
My favorite kill, y'all. I don't want to get canceled for this, but Bo's kill.
But immediately.
I don't know. Here's the thing. It has all sorts of genres. That scene itself, like, I don't want to sound insensitive, but it's kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And I hate to be that person because I hate when people laugh
at like death
scenes
and
like that.
Yeah.
But like rewatching it, I'm like, low-key, it's kind of funny.
That monster shit snatch.
Like, but it's also the way that the monster snatches up the like Bo.
Yeah.
It's but that part to me is the only funny part. But the when Lee is like running towards him, he sees the alien.
Yeah.
And he kind of like stops. He like kind of slows down.
Like
at least.
immediately he's like, I'm not getting into it. Like I'm not
like,
getting to him in time.
But the thought of like having to watch and risk your child.
Yep. It's sad. Sad.
To save yourself. Oh my God.
Super sad.
It's an intense scene, and the fact that it happens within like 12
the first like 10 minutes of the movie.
10 minutes is
10, 12, 15 minutes.
Insane.
It's crazy.
So
love that for you.
That's me. What about you, Monica? Your top 3.
Okay, so my first impression, I do remember. Why it's still so vivid in my mind, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe the impression that the movie left on me, I'm not sure. But my first impression, I watched it in theaters with my brother-in-law, my sister, and my best friend Melody. I remember being on the edge of my seat damn near the whole movie. from beginning to end, and it was intense. And the main thought that I left with after watching this movie, and unfortunately, I have this thought with a lot of horror movies that I watch sometimes, is like, this is why you don't have kids. You know what I mean? And if you don't know what I mean, I'm so sorry. But I was just so, I remember being extremely impressed with this movie. I think I went into this movie kind of having low to like little expectations, because this is also John Krasinski's first debut movie. And out of all genres, it's a horror movie.
I was also going to say, like, I wasn't expecting from the trailers and like what I'd heard and seen and everything. I was like, okay, like it has potential, but it's not that I didn't have a lot of hope for it. I was pretty hopeful that it was going to be good, but I just wasn't expecting
to be
the impact
moving.
that it,
Yes.
that it had. From someone that I grew up seeing as like a huge comedic actor.
I think that's another reason
comedy
why I
actor.
didn't really have much of an expectation, because it's like the only thing that we've ever seen him in is something comedic, dry humor, and like things like that. And obviously he does that role really well, but I wasn't sure how well he was going to be behind the scenes and being in front of the camera and something so serious. And I was very, very impressed, and I loved it. I loved it so much.
It's just like Jordan Peele too. Like I think of Jordan Peele,
That is
and
100% true.
Now I think of like
Now you think of him as like an
scary.
icon.
Yeah,
Absolutely
but
iconic.
like Key and Peele. Like
Yeah.
that's what I used to think of before he came out with all these crazy ass good horror movies.
I did when Get Out first came out, I thought it was Key and Peele, like, who made the movie together, and I was like, y'all are hiding talent behind that humor.
Stop.
But then obviously it's like, it's just,
Oh my
it was just
gosh.
Jordan Peele, but it was just so funny. No, but yeah, so I didn't have that much hope, but when I watched it in theaters, I remember being extremely impressed with like how, like the production of it, the like how it was directed, the filmography of it, like all, and the way it was written too. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just so good. And I honestly think that part 2 was just as good. Like I thought part 2 was also really good. So I kind of have high hopes for part 3, and I'm looking forward to it.
I was talking to one of my friends today in class, and I was telling her that I was recording this episode, and I think I said, for example, like, oh yeah, the second one is also just as good. And they're like, and she was like, there's a second one? And I was like,
shut up,
girl, there's a third one coming out. And she goes, oh my God, they're just milking them out. And I was like,
yes, but no.
Yeah. Quite literally.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember part 2 was supposed to be released like in 2020. And then it ended up getting pushed back, and then they eventually released it. But I'm so good.
Excited for part 3.
I'm excited for part 3.
Reasons that we all know.
You have different motives and reasons to be excited.
Okay, but that was also me with 2 because of Cillian Murphy.
Oh, that's true. Cillian Murphy does great.
But he did an amazing job.
Yeah, and the cast and we're obviously going to go
get into
cast a little bit later, but like the cast of this is also really good. This movie overall is just honestly amazing and thrilling and great. My favorite scene, I'm going to have to be basic, and I'm going to have to choose the birthing scene, because are you kidding me? Women. That's all I have to say. I think it's so great, and so like, I don't know, I think it's more moving. It's more moving to see like a woman having to see her go through like kind of like the creation of having to make a baby, and then having to give birth to the baby, and having to take care of it afterwards, but having to kind of find a way to fit all of that into a dystopian world where you have to literally shut the hell up. And a crying baby. She had the baby in the bathtub, first of all. No epidural. No epidural, no drugs, no nothing. No Nathan.
Nathan wasn't there.
Nathan was not there.
Mm-mm.
And she ate with the acting.
Here's
and
the
giving
thing.
birth.
And I read this a million years ago. I think it's true, but don't quote me on it if it's not. If it is, then you can quote me. But I'm
if it's not, don't.
99.99% sure that this was done in one take.
Oh, I would not.
Either in one take, or, and this could be both at the same time, or that when after filming, she was just like, "Okay, guys, like, what's up?"
I'm
And
dead.
everyone like filming was like, "Are you okay?"
What
Like
are-
that was intense.
And she's
She
like,
was
"No, I'm chilling.
I'm chilling."
You know,
So
that's how a great actress does it.
her.
No, it's just really great. But I think what I liked about it too is just like the overall kind of teamwork that they do. The internet is not reachable. Okay.
You know what else isn't? Sound.
Sound in this movie.
Yeah.
I love it. No, yeah, and I think the overall just like the teamwork that the family had to do in order for that scene and for that I guess kind of moment to happen is just her getting ready and then her kids just immediately going to like blow up the fireworks and having to like set out traps. And I don't know, it's just an overall so great movie, and the way that it
Yeah.
was just all portrayed and like put together, so great. My favorite kill, I'm again going to have to be so basic, but I have to choose Lee's, because are you kidding me? Immediately
Stop.
tears,
Stop.
bawling my eyes out. I couldn't
Stop.
see.
I'm
I
already
cou-
crying. I'm like, you keep talking. I'm like, stop. Like, it's so.
like, are you kidding
I-
me? Daddy
tr-
issues immediately triggered.
I cried.
Absolutely.
I cried. Because what do you mean?
I bawled my eyes out.
I've always loved
What do
you.
you mean you've always loved me? What does that even mean? Like, I don't even like what where are you going with that? No.
And
and
it's
then-
like seeing their faces, the kids' faces while they're in the truck.
That
Like, and knowing they can't do anything but watch their
feather.
watch their father get killed by a fucking alien for saving them. Like,
Yeah.
no.
And I think John's face, like John Krasinski's face whenever he was screaming, I think was just so emotional and so
Mhm.
deep
Raw.
and so like that man, I don't know what he had to dig out to make that face and to kind of scream that like
Intense,
that parental
but,
like
yeah.
inner scream that kind of gets you to, I don't know, it's just so emotional, so crazy. And I think he did an amazing job with like portraying what I guess a desperate parent can do to make sure that like their family ends up being okay. But then it also made me so upset because like Reagan didn't cherish her relationship with her father enough, which I feel like that goes with a lot of us to kind of say that. But I don't know. It's just, it's one of those that you're just like, oh my God. But it was very moving and I loved it, but I also hated it. But I'm also choosing it as my favorite scene or as my favorite kill because sad kill, very moving.
Absolutely.
But he kind of ate with that kill.
Oh, he did.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know who else
He was
ate?
also snatched up.
The alien also ate.
The-
The alien quite also
Literally
ate.
Okay. Let's go ahead and discuss the movie a little bit more. You have some other
right.
favorite scenes?
I have a bunch.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned this, but going back to Bo's kill, like Lee looks so hopeless and but also so hesitant to like keep running.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that initial takeoff whenever he first started running. He's like, I'm going to do it. 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 And then literally he saw like maybe the alien being 2 inches away.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to stop. I got to stop.
He like reaches out his hand.
He's like, ooh,
Like,
brother,
oh, I coulda-
ooh.
Could have grabbed you.
He's like, ooh, you can have him. He's like, you can have him. Yes.
So when I was telling my sister that I was recording this episode, she was like, you literally already did. I'm like, you're gaslighting me. And so I went back through the episodes and I was like, no. And she was like, bro, I literally remember hearing you mention that you watched this with the primos. And I was like, I do remember saying that. But
Oh, yeah. You
but-
posted it on TikTok.
I did.
Yes.
But for what move? Like, what were we discussing?
I don't remember. But you posted it on TikTok. That literally that specific sound that you are talking about right now.
You're so right.
You posted it on TikTok because you posted it with like photos. Oh, we were talking about Stranger Things, I think. Or you mentioned Stranger Things, I think. I don't remember. I forgot what episode it was for too, girl.
It was probably the first one about like why horror movies or horror movies or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, now that we're on the topic of my primos, a memory that I have watching this movie, not for the first time, but in general, which you guys have already heard, unless you haven't, is
like I'm gonna repeat it.
in 2018 when my cousins from Mexico came for Christmas. we were like, let's all family bond and trauma bond.
Yes.
And watch A Quiet Place.
So great.
And we did.
Better way to get
great.
the family.
Almost everyone ended up falling asleep. Understandably, I'm
it's a little quiet. You can't really hear anything.
Yeah,
it's
honestly
more of a visual.
Great ASMR.
Same.
But yeah, that was a fun little time with my primos.
No, I 100% agree. I think this is also one of those movies. Like, again, this definitely could be for another movie that maybe is similar. But in the times that I grew up with horror and everything, why are you laughing?
Sorry.
Why are you laughing?
I read something that I wrote. If you don't see it, continue. I'm so sorry. I'll mention it.
That's how you get. Imagine that's how you get caught, bro. It's over. Hot girls with tummy issues, girl. We ain't surviving. We're the first ones to go.
I said, imagine farting.
Imagine just letting one rip.
And then
no, hold on. So imagine being like in your room, right? Like you're at home. You still have a home, first of all. You're in your room, and like you have your headphones on. You're like, I don't know. You're like listening to music, or you're like literally just shutting out the world. Girl, you forget where you are, and you just let it go because like there's no one else around.
And next thing you know,
but you know who heard that? The alien.
The
alien who was 110 feet away.
Uh-huh.
He heard that immediately.
He heard it rip.
And I can only imagine if they're blind. I can only imagine what their sense of smell is. Imagine like their other senses are heightened.
Can I say something? And you know who would have been a great guest? My sister. Because because she said
we should have brought her on this episode. She said,
because she loves this movie because Emily Blunt is in it.
But, okay, period.
But she did say that because she lost her sight, her hearing and her
I bet
another sense like really heightened.
Oh, I bet.
And I was like,
girl, you lose one, the other ones gain points.
Mm-hmm. No, but like imagine like taking a dookie, okay?
And like there's no toilet, so you have to like,
and it's dead quiet, and all you hear is just a plop.
You either hear the plop, you hear an echo, you hear anything.
Girl, you dead as hell.
Bro, you dying with no dignity. You dying with ass out. And
no, that's 100% the way that I'm going out, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I hate
and like imagine getting so far. Like imagine like escaping aliens. Yeah. Imagine like, I don't know, like being able to save someone from an alien for like doing a distraction or something, and then that's how you go. Just by an accidental toot. Like that's it. I'm gonna have to learn how to like do it silently.
The silent ones are the deadliest.
Girl, they probably still catch you
with the scent.
By the scent, 100%.
God.
Girl,
shit.
Yeah, we had to just go ahead and get that out the way because Jessica, she already knew exactly how she was going.
Anyway.
I was in the middle of explaining something and I already forgot what it was because I'm now too worried about being in a post-apocalyptic world with noise-sensitive creatures and being worried about my tummy issues.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. Continue.
We can't just have a thought at the same time. What were you going to mention?
No, I have a lot. Just go.
Okay, great. I was talking about how this movie, like, I can't, and especially it being the genre in horror, like I can only imagine either how difficult or maybe even how easy or how creative it had to have been to make, to literally take out one of the main sounds in horror, like having to literally take out sound and create a horror movie out of that. And the only other movie that I can really think of that is some kind of similar, but like not 100% kind of all the way, is It Comes at Night. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Okay. It's also a post-apocalyptic world. It's so good. I love this movie. It's in 24 movie, I believe. And it's so good. The whole movie, it's like you're following a family and like they're living in an apocalyptic world. They're trying to live kind of like day to day and everything. But it's like whatever it is that is, you know, killing or doing whatever it is, destroying the world, it obviously only comes at night. So at night, they become very quiet. They become very like, nobody make a sound. Nobody like shut the hell up, go to bed and everything. But you don't know what it is. Like the whole movie, it never shows what it is. And I think you have to be a certain degree of like genius to make and create something that the genre is so heavy on with like sounds and being able to do jump scares and being able to like freak you out in a way without having to do the main thing. Yeah. Anyway, that was what I was going to mention, is that's why another reason why I was so impressed with this movie, because I was like, how are you going to cut out
one of the biggest elements of horror, which is sound,
just literally sound
and like jump scares? But I mean, there were still jump scares.
There were a few, but I think for a majority of the time, like it's all just. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay, you were saying.
The scene where Evelyn and Lee are dancing to music with headphones on.
Love.
What if I was suicidal?
Mom and Dad.
What if I was suicidal?
I am, but like
I am.
But that's like that right there, that scene alone gave me about this much hope. You know what I mean? Beautiful. And beautiful couple. I know they had beautiful babies. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Beautiful to see. No, it was a really great scene.
Another scene, and we have to talk about this scene.
And I think I know the scene, and I was actually going to choose it as my favorite scene, but it felt wrong.
Understood.
Because
understood.
You know what I mean?
The scene where Evelyn steps on the nail.
Holy.
No,
not just that. She's in the middle of giving birth. Like she's having contractions.
No,
stepping on a nail,
getting. Wait, tetanus. Wait, right?
She needed a tetanus shot.
She needed a
tetanus
shot.
She needed a epidural. She needed that gown that helps with like the flap.
What she needed was a hospital.
She needed a whole hospital, but she got a nail in the foot, contractions, and a tub. Like,
and
girl. And a dream.
It's just like how Monica and I, two girls with a mic and a dream.
Yep.
Except
she
Evelyn
had nail, contractions, and tub and a dream.
Yeah, but I think ours is a little harder.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just by a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're struggling a little bit more.
Yeah.
No,
it's that scene was very, very intense. And how she kept from screaming her lungs out. I mean, to be fair, I think part of the scream that she had in the tub, part of it had to do with the nail that she had in the foot. You know what I mean?
Had to.
Oh, disgusting. Disgusting.
I thought this when she was giving birth and the little alien was coming up here and everything, I was like, yeah, valió.
That's it.
But no, she did great.
Overall, this movie has such great scenes and such creativity.
The whole story and plot in general.
Everything about it is great.
Now, my last question. Do you have anything else to say?
No. Other than this movie's great.
Same. Would you survive in this universe?
I always go back and forth with saying that I will like survive in any post-apocalyptic world. And not just because...
You know which post-apocalyptic world I wouldn't survive in? The one where you're not allowed to get a little sweet treat.
Oh, immediately. One of the first ones to go.
Oh, 100%.
Immediately
100%.
One of the first ones to go. Mm-hmm. Imagine you pull out like a Twix.
Boom.
You disintegrate.
You didn't eat. You didn't
get to eat. You didn't eat.
They ate.
Yeah. You open up a Twinkie. Mm-hmm. It's it. It's over for you.
What's his name from Zombieland? Gone.
Gone immediately.
Tallahassee.
Oh, I love him. Oh, I can't wait to cover that movie. But in this specific world,
no, I wouldn't.
I don't think so.
You know why?
I don't think so.
Because
I love to yap to my friends.
Oh, I love.
I'm antisocial, so I think when it comes to aliens, I'd be like, I'm kind of nervy.
No,
I'm not really gonna talk that much.
I yap so much that at work the other day, I was telling my coworkers something, and they were like, "Yeah, we know," and I go, "How?" And they were like, you literally told us. And I was like, I don't remember that. And my friend was like, you yap so much, you don't even remember what you say. And I was like,
I'm going home.
True.
I'm going home. That's it.
HR?
Immediately on the phone. No, yeah. With no sound.
You know who's not surviving?
No sound.
Adri, don't listen to this. It's just a joke. Papito. That man don't know
he
how
do be barking.
He do not know when to shut the fuck up, bro.
Not only is he getting himself killed, he getting you killed.
Oh, that's why I'm saying I will not survive.
Yeah.
Anna Marie, she's pretty quiet, but
Cat's
when she's
stealthy.
hungry, she's going.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about that little cat that Lupita is holding.
Oh, that's right.
In the trailer.
I'm kind of hoping that
John Krasinski, you motherfucker. If that cat dies in the movie,
I'm coming for you.
I'd rather have Joseph Quinn's character die than that cat. Okay, so
Which will probably be the probability of that cat surviving.
What?
So
better.
yeah, the cat surviving. So
100%.
So no, yeah, I'm excited, and I don't think I would survive in this world, but that's okay. I love watching it on the big screen.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. This movie gets me, like, talking about the first one and then knowing how good the second one is. Honestly, gets me excited for the third one. I'm gonna be a little disappointed if I don't like it, but it is a third movie, and I thought that they did really good with the first two. So I'm like, how good can the third one be? You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
I love that.
giving credit where credit is due.
Yeah, sure enough, giving credit where
You did. She didn't process what I said.
I did not. I heard it and I was just like, yeah. Yeah, what Monica said. Getting into the cast, we've got Emily Blunt
Beautiful.
As Evelyn Abbott,
Mm-hmm.
John Krasinski as Lee Abbott,
Mm-hmm.
Millicent Simmons as Reagan Abbott,
Mm-hmm.
Noah Jupe as Marcus Abbott,
Jupe.
Cade Woodward as Bo Abbott,
R.I.P.
and Leon Russum as Man in the Woods, also R.I.P. Let's talk about that kill for a second. Man in the Woods.
Oh, that was sad.
That's very
that
sad.
was very sad.
Very
Yes,
sad.
Very sad.
But I'm like, no, actually, I get it. I was going to say, like, I get it. Your wife died, but why risk these total strangers?
Mm-hmm.
But in that moment, I kind of like,
people become
he doesn't give
so
a shit.
Yeah, I was like, people
He doesn't
become
give a shit about
desperate.
anything.
People
Yeah.
are like, I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's better you than me. Like, I'm sure after his wife died, he became very like, well, now I got to fend for myself. Because I feel like you either go down the path of like, now it's just me, or I don't want to live anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depending on, I guess, who your partner in crime was with. Before we move on a little bit more, I want to mention that I had watched a video, like a behind the scenes video of the making of this movie. One of the sounds, when in one of the scenes in the movie where the camera kind of zooms in into the alien's ear,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of hears like kind of like a crackling sound of some sort mixed with like distortion of some, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's somebody opening lettuce. They literally opened a head of lettuce and they recorded it and they distorted it, and then that's what it is. You don't believe me? Look at it.
I don't believe
You should look it up. But it's so crazy how like sounds and everything. The other day, did you see that TikTok? If you listen to rain in the background, it's actually someone frying up chicken.
I refuse to believe that, bro. Oh my God, when I
And
read
then
that.
he put the mic next to frying oil, and I said, ah!
No, I refuse to believe
Someone
that
said,
part.
you telling me I've been falling asleep to someone frying chicken?
No, bro, I was suicidal when I saw that TikTok.
That was crazy. That's also another thing. I can't fall asleep in complete silence.
I can't either.
I cannot fall asleep in complete silence. I need something
I love
in the
me a good
background.
ASMR.
Me too. I need ASMR. I mean, I guess that's what headphones would be for,
Yeah.
right? But then I wouldn't be able to hear the monsters. So I don't know. It's a whole reason.
It's a whole
There's a whole
thing.
reasoning of why I wouldn't survive, and this could be one of them.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to throw out that one little fun fact.
I
'cause
do
it's
also
crazy.
know. I think John Krasinski actually, in a few scenes, he got in the alien suit.
Oh, love.
He was like,
He is tall enough.
he's really tall.
Mhm.
He's like, director,
Producer, writer,
actor, and alien.
and alien.
Yeah.
Love that for him. All right. Well, guys, we are nearing a little bit towards the end of the episode. So we're gonna play a little game.
Oh my god, I love games.
Oh my god, me too. Okay. And I think you know this jingle, so sing it with me.
Okay.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Estas son las
Okay.
mañanitas.
Ain't nobody's birthday.
I'm
right
sure
now.
it's someone's birthday.
No one that we know.
You know who's gotcha days tomorrow?
Pupitos.
Oh. No. It's Anna Marie's.
Gross.
Got
I'm sorry. Not really. Let's go ahead and play a little Would You Rather? Yeah.
That was good.
Okay.
Hey, soundbite that shit, bro,
Okay.
because that was good.
Wait, that one was a good pitch.
It only took like, what,
Okay.
2 years to practice?
Exactly. But now we got to do it. ASMR version.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Would you rather? Yeah. That was a little too loud on my end. Okay.
Yeah.
For this would you rather step on a nail and risk screaming or jumping into the corn water tower and potentially drowning? That scene was so cute. It was a little cute. It was kind of a cute little brother sister moment whenever they were up there. But then they started drowning. Because they were kind of talking at first, and then I don't know, it's a whole moment. Ooh. My claustrophobia is telling me to not choose the corn, but
Your pain tolerance.
my
is
pain
saying-
tolerance. Well, I feel like I have pretty high pain tolerance, but the part of me that's scared of getting an infection and not it being treated also scares me. But I'm going to assume that at this point, if I've made it far enough to do this, I've collected like medicines to like take random antibiotics. So I'm choosing the nail in the foot.
Wow.
And I'm going to say that I don't think I would scream. Like, I think I would do exactly what Emily Blunt did, minus the contractions. Because
You wouldn't be pregnant.
absolutely not.
I wouldn't get knocked up
In
the middle of the
won't let me out.
That's locked up.
Won't let me out. Locked up. Won't let me out.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's really brave of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really
I'm
brave
gonna.
of you.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that. Like, I'm just gonna wrap it up.
I think I'd rather kill myself than do that.
So you're choosing the corn.
No.
Oh.
I'm choosing just. I'm kidding.
I'm just choosing to go out my own way. Why struggle?
Es que
they both are terrible. They both are terrible.
Like when I watch that scene, I feel it in my legs. You know what
like
I mean?
the pain of the nail.
I feel like
That's
you know,
true.
you-
That's
you
true.
ever see
100%.
like a really like weird, not a weird scene, but like a gross scene?
Yeah.
You just feel it all over your body.
Yeah.
I feel it all over my legs and just.
But what about the corn? I don't know how to swim either. I
I don't know how to swim in corn.
Yeah, that's true.
But imagine like.
I feel like corn is like quicksand.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
just
me too. It's just like
Just taking you. Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it'd be pretty comfortable to like lay on. You know. what I
Okay.
mean? And you can scream.
Suffocate. I don't know. I think I'd rather go by an infection. Like, I'd rather go by an infection rather than like suffocate. Suffocating sounds so torturous.
It also takes time.
Yeah.
So you're conscious.
You're in there.
Conscious-ish.
Yeah.
While you're drowning.
And it just sounds terrible. It sounds awful. I would say I would eat my way out,
but
but I would get full after like 3 curls.
It's not even. They're not even popped. You can't even.
It's not
pop
popped.
them.
It's not cooked. It's just hard.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm also choosing the nail. I can't even eat out of
Yeah.
it. So
Okay, fine. I'll choose the nail.
you're gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. It's gonna be great.
Whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. Well, let's go ahead and rate this movie before ending the episode. Now.
Now. What?
I was just anyway.
The sun?
No, I was looking at the poster.
Oh.
Now this is a horror movie.
Is it?
I mean,
it is horror.
It's-
It's pretty scary.
terrifying.
Yeah.
So we will have our 2 scales of satisfactory and scary. Just because a horror movie is good does not always mean it is scary, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So, Monica,
Me.
What would you rate The Quiet Place 2018?
The Quiet Place 2018. I'm actually going to rate it. My scary scale, like a 7 out of 10. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's pretty high up there. Now, when I first watched this movie, I was more thrilled and anticipated than I was like terrified and horrified, even of like the aliens, which I will say the aliens are a pretty good touch and they're pretty scary looking. They're gross. But I wasn't like horrified, but the situation and everything that they're in and the story and the plot, everything terrifying. Absolutely. Now for satisfactory, I'm giving it like a 9 out of 10. I'm only knocking it a point because John Krasinski died.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like that's what kind of makes the movie, honestly.
Doesn't an animal die, or am I tripping?
I think they had a dog. I think they had a dog. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember either. But I'm giving it an out of 10. It's such a good movie. And this is 100% one of those movies that if you've never seen before, you don't know about the universe, go into it blind. Pun not intended. So good. And yes, I love introducing this movie to people. It's so great. What about you?
This morning in class when I was talking to my friend,
Yes.
and she was like, "There's a second one." Another girl was like, the first one wasn't my favorite, or like A Quiet Place isn't. I didn't like it, and I'm so mad because I should have asked her why to get like an opinion, because we both really like
because
this movie.
immediately your reaction was like, ew.
Brother,
you have
ew.
brother, ew.
But anyway,
I feel like for the people who don't like this movie would probably just find it like boring.
yeah.
But I'm
A
like,
lot of my primos didn't like it, actually. I think it was because it was boring.
Yeah, I
Which,
feel like you
understood.
have to have a cinematic.
We probably should have watched
I-
a Christmas movie instead of A Quiet Place, but
Sure.
to each
Okay.
their own. Scary. 6.5 out of 6.5/7 out of 10.
Love.
Same thing. It's a terrifying concept, I think. Again, like we didn't get a lot of jump scares, but it's scary. Like the creatures are scary. The idea of being in this universe is scary as well. Satisfactory, 8.5 out of 10. Nothing too crazy. I like this movie, and I may give the next part 2 an 8.5 as well. And we'll see what the third one is.
We'll see what the third one is.
But-
We're gonna rank it. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. No, we're pretty much already at the end of the episode. That concludes this whole episode of season 4 of The Quiet Place 2018.
Starring John Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, this was a blast to record. We're so excited for what's to come in the future. But if today's episode intrigued you and you haven't watched this movie and you would like to, well, you can watch it for free on Sling TV or with a subscription to Paramount Plus. That is where I watched it. Or if you have premium subscriptions, which I think is ridiculous, you can watch it on YouTube, Hulu, or the Roku channel, or on Amazon Prime.
Or if you still have physical media,
You can go
you
buy
can
it
watch it.
on a
Yeah.
DVD, like this one.
Don't let it die.
Period. What?
Adri gave me one rule, and she said, "Do not call this a DVD. This is a steel book."
Oh, this is a steel book. It is.
Is a steel book.
Okay, it sounds like a DVD, but it's a steel book. Oh, I thought it was gonna make like the little metal clanking sound, but it didn't do that. And or you can rent it for about $3.99 on Apple TV or Google Play Movies. Okay.
All right.
Don't say that we didn't tell you where to watch it. But thank you guys again, of course, and for tuning in and listening and watching. We appreciate your guys' support. And that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Our social media will be in the
Oh, and our social media will be linked in the down bar.
bar.
Okay.
In the summary description.
In the
down
summary
bar.
description / down bar. So
You-
go
you
look at
already
it.
know.
Click on it. Follow
Yak.
us. We would 100% appreciate it.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
You already know.
Okay. All right.
All
Subscribe.
right. Well, anyway, that is it for this season. There will be no new episode next week. But guess what? Y'all
Yes.
have what 50 something episodes to listen to. I don't even know
Rank
how
up
many.
them listens even more. We're doing
Yeah.
so good on like obviously like Spotify and Apple.
Yeah.
We just need to crank it up on YouTube now.
Mhm. We will be taking about a 3-week break because summer is approaching.
Summer is
and
coming.
We've got places to go, people to meet, and
Okay.
sights to see.
Actually, that is 100% true. We're going to Mexico,
Mexico.
the resort part. We've never been. Well, I've never been.
I haven't
Perfect.
either.
Yeah, we're going to the resort part.
Not
and we've never
together,
been. Separate
because
times.
we don't like each other.
Right.
Right. And refuse to go
Correct.
with each other.
That and
We've got
we have
some
our
cons.
We got the conventions coming up.
We've got
so excited. Movies to go
a lot of
watch.
movies. Very excited.
We're so excited. But yes, 3-week break.
Yep.
Okay.
And we also kind of need to figure out what we're going to be recording next.
Correct.
And what movies we will.
There's a lot coming out.
But in the meantime, feel free to DM us, hit us up on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Maybe not Twitter.
I'm really bad at Twitter. But,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. And we will be there.
Yeah.
We will try. Okay, now that I'm off school, who would have thought that I'd be sad that school is over? But now that I'm off school, I am going to make sure that I create as many shorts and TikToks and stuff like that for more content.
For more content in general.
Yeah.
We're going to try and review the movies that come out that we are obviously not going to do an episode on. So either if it's a quick Insta post or maybe like a short little
review
video
on TikTok.
or something, we'll try to put it out there.
Yeah. And
It's going to be great.
we also are going to try, notice how I didn't say we will, but we will try to go live eventually sometime.
Yes.
Sometime in our
So
life.
let us know if you would join. Let us know in the comments of video, Instagram posts, something. You know what I mean? But yeah, and then obviously if you follow our social media, then you will be able to know what we will be covering for the first episode of season 5.
And when as well.
And when? Yeah, we're
When and
excited.
what.
We're excited.
Yes.
Now, Jessica, before we end this season finale episode,
Everything is ending.
imagine
My
life.
school.
Oh.
School this season. That's all I can say.
Spring. Spring is about to be over because we're entering summer. I have a question.
I do.
I don't.
Oh.
Do you think that this week's movie was a movie?
I think this week's movie is a movie.
Oh, I thought it was a movie too. This movie is so great. I love this movie. It can't go wrong.
It's a movie
you
that
can't go wrong.
that I feel like if you want to cry, if you want to get scared, if you want to, I would say
Have
laugh,
heart palpitations.
if you want to heart murmur,
Heart murmur.
by all means, y'all
Please watch this movie if you
watch
haven't
this
already.
movie.
I love
Yeah.
it.
But no, I did think this week's movie was a movie.
Well, there you guys have it. Thank you so much for joining us on the season finale. We will talk to you guys next time. We've been your host, Monica.
And Jess.
Stay safe and stay spooky.